Always tracking, always alerting. Storm Team 8.
Very cold across West Michigan today, and it's not just here, it's across most of the Great Lakes. In fact, if we show you temperatures, check that out. We're seeing temps in the 20s all the way back to the Dakotas and all the way over into upstate New York. Current temp here in Grand Rapids is 20 degrees. Now, that in and of itself would be chilly. That's before you factor in the breeze that we still have out there. And as we look over East Grand Rapids, you can see that the flag is still blowing out there at a pretty decent clip. Now, the wind has begun to let up this afternoon, but it's still classified as breezy, and that has been enough to knock our feels-like temperature down even further. In fact, it feels like 6 in Grand Rapids, just 5 degrees in Kalamazoo, and 8 in both Greenville and Ionia. Good news is this is about as cold as it's going to get. We are tracking an improvement through the overnight, and it's not going to be warm tomorrow morning, but wind chills should be up into the mid-teens, and we'll see more market improvement after sunrise tomorrow as temps climb to near 30 degrees and that wind lightens up. We're also continuing to track a few leftover lake effect flurries. Really not much out there. Most of this is west of US 131 down into parts of Allegan, Van Buren, and Kalamazoo counties, and it's very light flurry activity. That should be ending here in the next few hours, and that will leave us with a dry period overnight tonight, and that's going to be true over the next few days. So once we get rid of this snow, we'll hang on to some clouds early tomorrow morning, but I think tomorrow will end up being partly cloudy as we see temperatures begin to warm. So that will be one of the first things that we're going to track next week. Temps continuing to rise, eventually making a run at 50 degrees toward the middle of next week. That's as a strong system rolls through, brings initially rain and then snow on the backside. That leads to a brief late week cool down, although not as intense as what we're experiencing right now. You can see the warm up here. We're up to 30 tomorrow, 40s by Monday, close to 50 degrees by Tuesday, and that's when the rain begins to roll in. Here's a first look at Futurecast, and you can see this system really gets its act together into the day on Tuesday. We'll provide a fairly significant severe weather threat off in the deep south. Places like Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana are being targeted, especially in that Tuesday to Wednesday time frame. But here in West Michigan, we'll be tracking likely some soaking rains for Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, continuing to see the chance of rain showers into Wednesday, and then colder air begins to wrap around the backside of that low that will likely switch over our precipitation into snow. So this is certainly going to be the most impactful system in the week ahead. Here's how it looks on your 8-day forecast. That's also when we see the warmest temperatures, highs near 50 for both Tuesday and Wednesday. After that transition of snow takes place, we do cool back off into the mid-30s, but we'll begin to rise thereafter back into the 40s by next weekend as we spring the clocks forward. Bottom line, bit of a roller coaster, but this is as cold as we're going to get right now this evening before we see some improvement. Average highs getting close to 40 degrees now, Adriana.
Blake, I saw a 50 on that 7-day forecast.
It's going to feel nice.
Looking forward to that. Thank you, Blake.